cactus and succulent growers, it's Lynn, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about cacti and succulents that you can grow all year round in a north facing window. Now I just want to mention that the cacti and succulents I'm going to be recommending in this video are not desert cacti or desert succulents, because the desert cacti such as the spiny ones and even the majority of succulents do need to have a very sunny position, and if you don't have any sunny windows at all, then I recommend you install a grow light, and then you can grow any type of cactus and succulent. And I have actually made a video on can cacti grow in north facing windows, and if you haven't seen that video, do go ahead and watch it. I'll link that video up above and down below in the video description. This is like the second part. I'm actually going to talk about what cacti and succulents you can actually grow in a north facing window all year round without the need of any grow lights. So first I'm going to start on the cacti, and as I mentioned, desert cacti do need sunshine, so unfortunately none of the desert cacti can grow all year round in a north facing window without grow lights. So these are epiphytic cacti, and in my experience epiphytic cacti can certainly grow all year round without any direct sun, and even in a north facing window. These here are in my office, and although they're close to a south facing window, they get very little sun. Maybe midwinter they get a bit of sun that comes onto them, but most of the year they're in total shade, as you can see here. And I've even grown all of these varieties in a totally north facing window when I lived in my other homes in the south of Ireland, and I had them all flower for me. For example, this is Ripsalis crispata, and that's still flowered in a north facing window, as many of the other types of Ripsalis. But all the Ripsalis type of epiphytic cacti do very well in a north facing window, and you will still get them to flower as long as you've got a bright position for them. They still need bright light, but a bright north facing window is absolutely fine for Ripsalis. The second ones will be Schlumbergera and Ripsalidopsis, commonly known as Easter and Thanksgiving and Christmas cacti. All of these would definitely flower in a north facing window because they just need bright indirect light. They'll also flower in a sunny position as well, but in my experience they actually do better if they're away from direct sun. Now Schlumbergera is more likely to produce more blooms if you're able to give it more sunshine. So if you have an east or a west facing window, it's probably a bit more ideal. You're going to get more blooms, but you'll still get some blooms as long as it's bright. And I had my Schlumbergera, my Christmas and Thanksgiving cacti, as well as my Easter cacti, in a totally north window as well when I lived in the south of Ireland, and I had them flower for me. So I know from experience that the Christmas, Thanksgiving and Easter cacti, all part of the epiphytic cacti range, the same as the Ripsalis, will definitely grow and thrive even in a north facing window. So that's the cacti. Not much to choose from because obviously the majority of cacti are all desert dwellers and like as much sun as possible. So as I mentioned, if you only have a north facing window and you really want to grow the desert types of cacti, then do install a grow light. So now the succulents. Now, just like cacti, the majority of succulents need a nice sunny position as well, except for a couple of genus I'm going to mention now. The first one is Sanseveras, and this is our collection, or some of our collection of Sanseveras here on our north facing living room window. And as you can see, they grow really well here. In fact, they grow much better here in a north facing window than when we had them in our south facing window in our kitchen. They do really, really well here. We've even got one coming into bloom as well. So that just proves that they don't have to have direct sun to even flower. And many people will say, oh, they have to have, you know, sunshine Sanseveras. They're very, very, very light tolerant of many conditions. They're a great succulent and houseplant in general. I've even seen them growing in the middle of rooms, and people have had them there for years and they're growing really well. But you know, they need bright light as well, but it doesn't have to have any sun. This is a north facing window, our living room, but it is bright. And it's quite a big window as well. So as I mentioned, if you've got if there's a building directly in front of this and it wasn't getting much light, I would then probably recommend putting a grow light on just for a couple of hours a day to give it additional light. But other than that, these will grow all year round in a north facing window. So Sanseveria's very popular house plant and one of the most easiest of succulent plants to grow and care for too. Now the next succulent will be the very popular houseplant Zamioculcas, Sammy Folia, commonly known as the ZZ plant. And we have 2 of these here in our kitchen, on the kitchen table. And although they personally are close to a south facing window in our kitchen, these I know also from experience grow very well in a north facing window or even away from a window as well. Lovely, easy growing succulent and very adaptable to many different types of light levels. Can also grow in full sun, part sun, or completely north facing. And it's a very easy, lovely house plant, easy going also to grow. So there you go, quick recap. Cacti that can grow all year round in a north facing window. The Rhipsalis genus, many different types and varieties. Slumbergira and Rhipsalidopsis, Christmas, Thanksgiving and Easter cacti. And with the succulents, Sanseverias, there's a huge many different varieties of Sanseverias. And then with obviously the ZZ plant as well. Wonderful succulent to grow. So not a huge variety. And as I mentioned, if you want to grow a large collection of many different cacti and succulents, do get a grow light if you only have a north facing window, or put them into sunny windows. And if you want to see a video I did on the best cacti to grow in a window, then do check out that video. I'll link that video also up above and down below in the video description. I've got lots more tips and tricks on how you can care for and grow many different types of cacti and succulents. Then please do subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click the notification bell. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook at Desert Plants of Avalon. And for more growing tips, do check my website out, desertplantsofavalon.com. And before you go guys, one massive favour, do leave a comment in the video description down below, even if it's just a heart or smiley, because every comment really helps the algorithm and helps my channel here on YouTube. Thank you all so much for your amazing support everyone, and I want to wish you all a fantastic plant powered day. Ooh.